You can have a decent credit score, pay on time, never miss a bill, and still watch your score drop for one weird reason. Your credit card balance showed up at the wrong time. And the worst part is, most people try to fix it the slow way. Today, I am going to show you fast fixes that actually work, without tricks, without weird hacks, and without doing anything shady. But first, you need to know the one date that secretly controls what most credit scoring systems see. If you miss that date, you can do everything right and still look risky on paper. Stay with me, because once you know that date, you can make credit utilization behave like a light switch instead of a slow-moving dial. Number 1. The one number that can make you look broke. Credit utilization ratio is simple. It is how much of your credit card limit you are using. If your card limit is $1,000 and your balance is $500, you are using about 50%. Many lenders and scoring systems read that as, this person might be stretched, even if you can pay it off tomorrow. Here's the mind trick. Utilization is not about your income. It's not about your savings. It's just a snapshot of your balance compared to your limit. Example, 2 people both spend $500 this month. Person A has a $1,000 limit, so they look like they used half. Person B has a $5,000 limit, so they look like they used a small slice. Same spending, different picture. Number 2, the snapshot trap most people never notice. Here's the big surprise. Credit utilization often acts like a photo, not a movie. Many scoring setups care a lot about what your balance looks like right when the card reports to the credit bureaus. That usually happens around your statement closing date, not your payment due date. So you can pay perfectly on the due date and still report a high balance. Example, your due date is the 25th. Your statement closes on the 10th. You spend heavily on the 9th, then plan to pay on the 25th. On the 10th, your statement prints a high balance. That high balance can get reported. You did nothing wrong, but your score might react anyway. This is why people feel like their score is random. It's not random, it's timing. Number 3, find your secret report date in 2 minutes.
Let us make this practical. Step 1. Open your credit card app. Look for Statement or Billing Cycle. Step 2. Find the statement closing date, sometimes called the statement date. Step 3. Count backward about 3 to 5 days. That is your safety window to make a payment so your balance is lower when the statement closes. Example, if your statement closes on the 10th, aim to pay down the balance by the 5th or 6th. You are not paying extra, you are paying earlier. Beginner question, do I still pay by the due date? Yes. Think of the early payment as a score-friendly move. The due date payment is your required move. Number 4, the fastest fix that costs $0. If you want a fast utilization drop, pay before the statement closes. That is the fastest clean fix because utilization is based on what gets reported. Here is a simple step-by-step plan. Step 1. Pick one card you use the most. Step 2. 1 week before the statement closes, check your balance. Step 3. Make a payment to bring the balance down to a small amount. Step 4. After the statement closes, you can use the card normally again. Example, your limit is $2,000. Your balance is $900. That is a high chunk. You pay $700 before the statement closes. Now the statement balance is about $200. Your utilization looks much lower without changing your lifestyle. Number 5, the 2 payment method for people living on paychecks. If money comes in waves, this method is your best friend. Split your monthly card payoff into 2 smaller payments, one mid-cycle and one near the due date. This keeps the balance from swelling too high at any one time. Step 1, pick a payday. Step 2, pay a chunk of your card balance right after payday. Step 3, pay the rest by the due date. Example, you get paid twice a month. Each payday, you send $200 to the card. Now your balance stays calmer. Your statement balance is usually lower, and you feel less pressure from one big payment. Beginner question: is it okay to make multiple payments? Yes, it is normal. Some people do it weekly. Number 6, the target zone that usually looks healthy.
A simple rule many beginners follow is to keep utilization under 30%, and many people see the best results when it stays under 10%. You do not need perfection every month, but if you are trying to qualify for a loan soon, this matters a lot. Example, your limit is $1,000. 30% is about $300. 10% is about $100. If your statement balance reports around $100 instead of $800, you often look far less risky. Important, do not confuse this with never using your card. Using a card lightly and paying it down before the statement can look better than maxing it out and paying later. Number 7, raise the ceiling the right way. Another fast utilization fix is increasing your credit limit because the ratio changes when the limit goes up, but do it carefully. Step 1. If your credit issuer offers a credit limit increase request inside the app, that is usually the cleanest path. Step 2. Ask when your income is stable and your card has a history of on-time payments. Step 3. Avoid doing this right before a major loan application if you are worried about a hard inquiry. Some limit increases are done without a hard inquiry, some are not. Example, your balance is $500. Your limit is $1,000. That looks like half. If your limit becomes $2,000, the same $500 looks much smaller. That can help fast. Number 8, the hidden utilization problem across all cards. Most people focus on one card and forget the bigger picture. There are 2 utilization views: per card utilization and total utilization across all revolving credit. Total utilization is the sum of all balances divided by the sum of all limits. Example, card A is at 5%, card B is at 90%. Your total might look okay, but that one maxed card can still hurt because it screams stress. Fast fix, spread spending or payments so no single card is carrying a heavy load when statements close. Step by step, pick the card with the highest utilization and pay it down first. That often produces the quickest visible improvement. Number 9, stop doing this one thing that makes it worse. Closing a credit card can raise utilization instantly because it can shrink your total available credit. People close cards to clean up and accidentally spike their ratio. Example, you have 2 cards with limits of $1,000 each. That is $2,000 total. You carry $400 total. That is about 20%. If you close one card, your total limit drops to $1,000. Now the same $400 becomes about 40%. If you want fewer cards, focus first on paying balances down. Then, if you still want to close a card later, do it when utilization is already low and your budget is steady. Number 10, the statement balance trick that sounds weird but works. Here is a small detail that can matter. Letting a tiny balance report can sometimes look better than reporting 0 on every card, especially if your profile is thin. You do not need to carry debt or pay interest for this. You can let a small amount show on the statement, then pay it off right away. Step 1. Choose one card to be your reporting card. Step 2. Before the statement closes, leave a small amount like $20 to $50. Step 3. After the statement posts, pay it off. Example, your statement shows $30. Then you pay it. You did not pay interest if you pay by the due date. You simply showed activity without high utilization. Number 11. What to do if your score must improve soon. If you have a big application coming up, like an apartment, car loan, or mortgage, you want a short-term plan. Step 1. 4 to 6 weeks before applying, start paying cards before statement close dates. Step 2. Aim to keep each card under 30% and, if possible, under 10%. Step 3. Avoid running one card up high even if you pay it later. Step 4. Check that your payment's posted before the statement closes. Sometimes a payment takes a day or two to process. Example, you plan to apply in 1 month.
You reduce balances now so the next statement reports low utilization. That is often when you see the quickest score bounce. Number 12. The myth checklist that keeps people stuck. Let's kill a few myths fast. Myth 1. I should stop using my credit cards. Not needed. Timing and balance control is the real game.
Myth 2. Paying on the due date is all that matters. It matters for interest and on-time history, but utilization cares about reporting timing too. Myth 3. Carrying a balance helps my score. No. You can build credit without paying interest by paying in full by the due date. Myth 4. My score is broken. Usually it is just the snapshot trap plus a high statement balance. Example: someone spends $800, pays $800, but the statement reports $800 first. Score drops. Next month they pay before statement closes, statement reports $100, score rises. Same person, same money, different timing. Number 13. When your balance reports before your payment posts. Sometimes you do everything right and still get a high balance reported because your payment did not post in time. Payments can take 1 to 3 business days to fully post, especially around weekends or holidays. So if you pay on a Friday night and your statement closes on Saturday, your payment might not count yet. Step 1. Check your statement closing date. Step 2. Make your utilization lowering payment at least 3 business days before that date. Step 3. Confirm in the app that the payment is posted, not just pending. Example: your statement closes on Monday. If you pay on Friday, it might post on Monday or Tuesday. If you pay on Wednesday, you are much safer. Number 14. The autopay trap and how to fix it. Autopay is great for avoiding late payments, but many people set autopay for the minimum or statement balance and assume utilization will stay low. It might not, because autopay usually runs on the due date, not before the statement closes. Fast fix? Keep autopay for safety, but add a second automatic payment earlier in the month. Step 1. Keep autopay for the minimum or full statement balance on the due date. Step 2. Add a manual or automatic mid-cycle payment to control what reports. Example: you spend $600 each month. Autopay pays it on the due date, but your statement keeps showing $500. Add a $200 early payment a few days before the statement closes, and now the statement might show closer to $300 instead. Number 15. The cash advance and interest surprise that can snowball.
Cash advances can grow fast because interest often starts right away and fees may apply. Even if you pay quickly, the balance can look higher and the cost can sting. This is not a hack section. This is a warning section because beginners get caught here. Step 1. Treat a credit card as a payment tool, not an emergency cash machine. Step 2. If you already took a cash advance, focus on paying that portion down quickly and ask your issuer how payments are applied. Example: you take a $200 cash advance. A fee hits, then interest starts. Your balance climbs without you buying anything else. Utilization rises and it feels confusing. Number 16. The big purchase strategy that keeps utilization calm. Big purchases are where utilization gets spiky. The fix is not to avoid life. The fix is to plan the reporting snapshot. Step 1. If you know a big purchase is coming, pay down your current balance before you buy. Step 2. Right after the big purchase posts, make a quick payment to reduce the balance again. Step 3. Do not wait until the due date if your statement closes sooner. Example: you need to buy a $600 laptop. Your limit is $1,000. If you already have $200 on the card, the moment you buy the laptop, you jump to $800. Pay $200 before you buy, then pay $500 after the purchase posts, and your statement balance can stay low. Number 17. The credit builder move for people with low limits. If your limits are small, utilization can look high even with normal spending. That does not mean you are doing credit wrong. It means your credit ceiling is low. You can still manage it. Step 1. Use the card for one or two small bills you already pay, like a streaming plan or gas. Step 2, pay it down before the statement closes. Step 3, keep usage steady for a few months, then request a limit increase if the issuer offers it. Example, your limit is $300. Just one grocery run can be half your limit. Instead, put a $30 subscription on it, pay it before the statement, and your utilization stays tiny. Number 18, why paying in full can still report high.
This one shocks beginners. You can pay in full every month and still have high utilization reported if you pay after the statement closes. Because paying in full by the due date protects you from interest, but it does not guarantee a low statement balance. Step 1, keep paying in full by the due date to avoid interest. Step 2, add a smaller, earlier payment before statement close if your balances run high during the month. Example, you charge $1,000 for travel. You pay $1,000 on the due date, but your statement shows $1,000 and gets reported. A small, early payment would have changed the picture. Number 19, the high balance that sticks around even after you pay. Sometimes you pay down balances and expect an instant score jump, but the score does not move right away. That can happen because your credit report has not updated yet. Lenders and bureaus update after reporting cycles. Step 1, give it one full statement cycle for the new lower balance to report. Step 2, if you need faster confirmation, check if your issuer offers an option to report off-cycle. Some do, but many do not. Step 3, focus on repeating the low statement balance pattern for 2 cycles. Example, you pay down a card today. Your statement closes next week. The lower balance reports then. Your score may react after that update, not immediately. Number 20, the multiple cards game plan without feeling overwhelmed. If you have multiple cards, you do not need a complicated system. Use a simple rule. Keep one main spending card and keep the rest quiet and low. Step 1, pick your main card for day-to-day spending. Step 2, set a personal cap for that card before statement close, like under 10% of the limit. Step 3, on the other cards, let only tiny charges post once in a while if they would otherwise sit unused, then pay them off. Example, you have 3 cards. You use one for groceries and gas. You keep that statement balance around $100. You use the other 2 for small recurring bills and pay them off quickly. Now your total utilization stays calm and no single card looks maxed out. Number 21, the emergency month plan when life gets messy. Sometimes you have a rough month, utilization spikes. The goal is damage control, not perfection.
Step 1, keep payments on time no matter what, even if you can only pay the minimum. Step 2, stop new non-essential charges for a short window. Step 3, pay down the card that is closest to maxed out first because that one looks the worst. Step 4, as soon as you can, return to paying before statement close dates. Example, a car repair hits and you put $900 on a $1,000 limit card. Next paycheck, you pay it down to $200 before the statement closes. You still had the emergency, but you controlled the picture as fast as possible. Number 22, the simple tracking sheet in your head. You do not need a spreadsheet. Just track 3 numbers for each card: limit, statement closing date, and your personal safe balance target before that date. Step 1, write the statement close dates in your phone calendar. Step 2, set a reminder 3 business days before each date. Step 3, on reminder day, check balances and pay down to your target. Example, your safe balance target is $100. Your reminder pops up, you see your balance is $300. You pay $200. Done. So, here's the big takeaway. Credit utilization ratio is not a personality test. It is a picture taken at a specific moment. If you control the moment, you control the picture. Start by finding your statement closing date, then pay before that date so a lower balance reports. If you want faster results, use the 2-payment method. Pay down the highest utilization card first and consider a credit limit increase if it fits your situation. And remember the promise from the beginning. The secret date is the statement closing date, not the due date. Once you treat that date like your score deadline, the whole system feels less scary and a lot more predictable. What is your biggest struggle with credit utilization right now?
keeping balances low, timing payments, or juggling multiple cards.